All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen out there in YouTube land. I am Deleted Scenes, human being, American, and YouTube Ronin, and I want to welcome all of you to tonight's episode of Unscripted, the 100th episode special. You could have been anywhere else, but you're here with me right now. I want to thank everyone currently following along on X. I can't see you, but I know that you're there. I want to say hello to a few people who've joined us here in the chat. Channel member, the tired midnight blogger himself, Curtis Selby. Happy 100. Hope you have 100 more. Hail from FKHC 2005, sometimes known as North Fairfax, sometimes known as Tim. Host and creator of Western Cinema Sunday. In Action Theater presents an after-hours karaoke. My partner in crime, the toxic gunslinger, the man who cannot be killed, Outlaw Bill. Great friend of the channel, D. Penzak. Congratulations, Deleted, on 100 episodes of Unscripted. Here's all your efforts and determination. Thank you, sir. Friend of the channel, Dark Woods Presents, channel member. This is so sad you were streaming while me and Curtis were doing a chat. It's quite all right. No worries. We can always catch up later. One of the things that you have to deal with when you do a channel like this is what do you do? Sometimes you are on up against, friends' shows or other things you want to see, and it does happen. And that's one of the things about YouTube that it is kind of unfortunate, you get to know a lot of people, and you don't always have time to come on when you're invited on a show. I get invited on to other channels quite often, actually, and I have to turn it down, because I'm either already booked or I have to work. It's one or the other. And hello to Enigma Severus. You're looking good for 100. Yeah. Been kind of feeling it lately, and I probably sound like it a little bit more too. I'm starting to get my voice back slowly but surely, which is why I couldn't make Bill's karaoke show last night. My singing voice is not back yet. Slightly bearded man. He is coming in quite nicely, isn't it? All right. So it's Oscar night. And I actually have Chris Gore's watch party up right now. I have it up on my big screen, and you can see the Oscar telecast on the screen behind Alan Ng. So that's how it's like that small. That's how I'm looking at it right now. And as of right now, because I did my third annual Oscar prediction show yesterday. And as of right now, I am 3 for 4 on guesses. Kieran Culkin has received supporting actor for A Real Pain. Animated feature went to Flow. Animated short went to Into Shadow of the Cypress. That's the one I got wrong. and costumes went to Wicked, and it looks like they're doing original screenplay right now. Um, Facepalm the Oscars this year. I'm not watching. Yeah, I understand. I understand completely, but I'm a pop culture channel, so I kind of have to keep my ear to the ground for this stuff. And I was always a big movie fan, you know, so that's another reason why um, I pay attention to it. Deep Insect says I worked with Kieran Culkin on The Mighty. That is an excellent film. Excuse me. He is in that with Eldon Henson and Gillian Anderson, and I think Meatloaf is in it too. Excellent young adult film. Um, if anybody can go out and find The Mighty or read the book that it's based on, please check that out. It's a good film. It's an independent film. I don't. Not a lot of people saw it at the time, but it's become kind of a cult thing over the years. Oh, guys, one thing that I do want to remind everybody, yeah, I do want everybody to know is that unlike Chris Gore, I am actually, in fact, wearing pants. See, I have pants on, so um, there will be none of that. I wear pants for these shows. So anyway, I'm sitting here and I'm looking back at 100 episodes. And if you had told me 3 years ago that I would be on YouTube, let alone be on a show that has done 100 episodes, I would not have believed you. I would have thought you were crazy, and I would go, call, get the, get a butterfly net and take this guy away. But the chief reason why this show has lasted as long as it has is because of you. Those of you who come back every week and hear me out. And I know that you don't always agree. And that's perfectly fine. That's one thing I want understood is that my channel is not an echo chamber. It's okay to have an opposing viewpoint. And there have been some people who have let me know that, and that's perfectly fine. But there are more people who are happy than unhappy. And I'm glad that there are people who are willing to hear me out. I've never really had an outlet like that before. So this is new to me, and I'm still learning this whole YouTube thing. Every show is, I'll use this phrase, a teachable moment, Darkwoods in the chat says, I can deal with people who have a different opinion. I don't tolerate bad attitudes or insults or egos. Well, not everybody's going to agree. And you also have to deal with the fact that people have everybody is different. and I I I'm gonna say this as speaking for myself about myself. I'm probably something of a pain in the neck to deal with. Um, there are certain social graces that are lost on me, and I understand that. Um, I have opinions that everybody is not going to agree with, and I stick to those opinions. Um, I have my good days and I have my bad days, you know. I have the days where I'm ready to take on the world, and then I have the days where I just want to lay down and die, you know. Um, mostly because I hadn't been feeling well. And I've gone through some I've had my medical issues. I went in this last week for a colonoscopy, and they took a polyp off of my colon, you know, and that's why my voice is still so scratchy because I had a tube down my throat. I'm new to this, but I am at an age where I'm at the same age that my dad was when he started having his own medical issues. And he lasted another 20 years before he passed. I want to be at least as old as he was. And after that, I'll consider everything borrowed time. You know, so that's kind of going to be the lesson for the episode. Is that if you have a medical issue, don't allow it to fester. Go to a doctor, get looked at, have regular checkups. Catch this stuff early before it becomes something worse. You know, and I'm not someone who enjoys being ill. Obviously, I mean, who does? You know, but everybody kind of has their own thing that they have to deal with. You know, we have a number. We have had a number of friends, our people here in our little YouTube sphere, who we've lost in the last few years. And those were losses that weren't easy to take. There are guys that I started out here with that are gone. And that's something that really worries me when that happens. Whenever, because you get a little fatalistic. And I don't like thinking in those terms. Death is a part of life. On the other hand, don't go doing things that are going to, death is going to come to us all. But don't do anything to rush it. This is why when I do these shows, I go out and say, number one, be safe and healthy. That's an important thing. And another thing is, don't forget to live life. It's a gift. Life is a gift. If there's a point to this episode, life is a gift. Don't waste it. I have done 100 episodes of this show, and I have done that because there are people who are always here this week watching who want to see more, who encourage me to make more. I want to do 100 more. I want to come back in another 3 years' time with a 200 episode special. You know, we, and, you know, and this is, again, this is just the way I look at it. You have people here on YouTube who have come to make a lot of money because they are here on YouTube, and good on you for doing that. I am someone who is not at that point. I'm a very small channel. What you see is it. I am in my living room with my laptop on a TV tray, bringing you these shows. It's very low tech. As you can see, it's shit internet. You know, I do it because I like it, because I like the interaction. And, you know, sometimes you don't always feel up to doing a show, but you do it. And, you know, you don't always get to everybody in a chat, you know, and you miss stuff sometimes. And that's an unfortunate thing because people misunderstand that for thinking you're ignoring them when you're not. You know, you might be so into the conversation or into what you're doing or what you're watching that maybe stuff slips by. You know, so that happens too. You know, I'm not out to start fights or anything. This channel is not an echo chamber. It's not a place where I'm going to start feuds with other YouTubers. You know, it's like, you know, be respectful, treat people the way you would wish to be treated. That's the way I look at it, you know. And I was struggling to come up with what I was going to talk about for a 100th episode. You know, was I going to do the Oscar thing again? You know, was I going to bring on guests? You know, was I going to make it a member thing? You know, and I kind of realized, you know, what this is about is, what are you going to do for the next 100 episodes? And I kind of decided, you know, this is a mission statement. And what if there's something that doesn't work, fix it or do it better, do something else. The other side of midnight was not working, so I made it into something else. this show works, so I continue to do it. And my mission statement for the next 100 episodes is going to be what it was for the first 100 episodes. I am going to be honest with you. I am going to do my best to be true, to bring you good entertainment, or to bring you into, point you in the direction of good entertainment. And I'm going to be truthful with you. I'm not going to lie. It's going to be the world as I see it. And that's all this ever was. Those of you who are my subscribers, who are my channel members, you voted for me. Everybody who you subscribe to, everybody who if you're a member on another channel, whoever you are voting for that person. You are taking time out of a busy schedule. You are, every cent that is sent to me from a channel member goes to keeping this channel on the air. And I am going to do my best to continue to do that. Will I be wrong? Probably. And if you think I am, again, tell me. This is not an echo chamber. If you think I'm off base on something, just give me a chance to clarify. It's the best I can do. And I hope I'll be here for another 100 episodes. If I am physically able, I will. And, as long as you are here to want to watch this dog and pony show called Unscripted, it will continue. All right. Jesus said, turn the other cheek. He didn't see us turn the other cheek again. No. Would rather get in trouble for assault than allow someone to continuously be rude and friendly. They want to be friends, can leave me alone. Well, hopefully you won't have to get into a fight with anybody. I'd rather avoid it if I can. Not every time, only when someone complains, it's time for them to leave my space. Well, yeah, that's the golden rule. Yeah. Hello to Aged Boomer. Kiki Geezers coming up next. That will be at the top of the next hour, 9 p.m. All right. If you aren't going to have helpful criticism, keep it to yourself, because that's an insult by definition. It's an insult. Yeah, I mean, that's part of what I'm talking about is, constructive criticism is perfectly fine, but if you're going to go on a channel just to be a troll or something, I don't have time for that. I'll tell you this. I have told my mods that you're only going to kick somebody off for two reasons. One is if they get racial. The second reason is if they're either insulting or threatening someone who is on a panel with me, because I'm not going to allow that. I have only channel banned one person in 3 years. One. And that was because they chose one of my comment sections to threaten another YouTuber. And I went, that I am not putting up with. But luckily for me, most of the time, 99.99% of the time, my chats are usually pretty chill. You know, so I'm very happy about that, and hopefully they will continue to be in the future. I mean, no, you shouldn't take kindness for weakness. That's two different things. Yeah, won't financially support anyone who doesn't appreciate me, and you shouldn't have to. No, that goes for that goes for every channel, and that goes for that goes for pretty much everything, I think. No, why be supportive of people who aren't going to appreciate it? Yeah, no, I think everybody can agree with that. And thank you, Nate, for the $2 super chat. Your best is good enough for us. Well, I'm glad that it is. I'm glad that it is. That's okay. Connie, no worries. Faithful Blue Wrench channel member, Bird Woman of YouTube, Connie Clary. Good to see you. No, I get it. I get it. I don't know who's tearing you down. And I don't need to know. That's none of my business. But yeah, okay, I get it. I hope you're doing okay. Hello, Curtis. If I didn't say hello before, doing okay. Just trying to get my voice back, slowly but surely. I can be mean, but felt poorly on YouTube. Both of you have been very humble in accepting me into this community. Well, do our best. That's the thing. You want me, you get me. I don't know how to be anything other than myself. And if anything comes through, I hope it's that. Less than 50 hours away from monetization. Great. That's great. Yeah. Yeah. Please don't, because we don't. Yeah. There's no need for that. That's it. That kind of a situation, just leave it behind the scenes. Yeah. All right. Let me sorry. Let me update us here. All right. Let me see. All right. You know what? Let me put this up on let me put this up on just to keep everybody up to date. Let me keep this up on website. We have costume design went to Wicked. Costume design went to Wicked. They said it twice for some reason. And Nora got original screenplay. And adapted screenplay went to Conclave. The Substance for hair and makeup. So for those of you who watched my Oscar prediction special yesterday, so far I am let's see, 2, 4, 7. I am 6 for 7 so far. So you know, I got lucky. I'm good at predicting these things. That's why I do that show, because I am good. And also, you get to laugh at me if I'm wrong. you know. So there's that. Sorry, my previous statement got blocked. Oh, said, I always seek to be respectful because I told Sin if I was disrespectful, it would reflect poorly on YouTube, and I refused to. No, I understand. That's fine. I get that. Yeah. Um, you know, the very simple thing to do there is just, treat people the way you want to be treated, and yeah, you also have to understand that you have to take into account, things that might be going on in the other person's life, you know. Now I'm not going to say who, but there have been a few YouTubers, people who are friends of mine, who have had a pretty rough time of things lately, um, health wise, financially. Um, they might have a family situation, and that kind of affects what you do, or if you're somebody like me, who has a full-time job as well, that can be very stressful too. So it's like, before you get upset with someone, you know, take into account what might be going on with them, you know, because that's how misunderstandings take place. And yeah, nobody wants that, you know. So you got to take things with a grain of salt sometimes, you know. Yeah, that's how it is, you know. All right, let me see if there's any other updates. Let's see. Notifications. That didn't work. Bear with me, folks. Uh, nope, doesn't look like it. Okay. Bear with me for a moment, folks. Okay, there we are. We're live. Okay. Uh, don't know how well anybody is seeing or hearing me right now. I'll just put the avatar up. There we go. Then I'll look and sound better, at least. Uh, there are better ways to tell people what you think than treating them like a baby or being rude. Uh, Sometimes pulling people to the side and discussing things might be better than trying to scold them live on the stream. Yeah, I certainly hope that I'm not coming off that way with anyone. Um, yeah, if it's something like that, yeah, I'm not going to go off on them during the stream. Huh. Anyway, yeah, wisdom continues to, yeah. Uh, you do what you can. All right. Another thing I do want to remind people of once again, and I'm going to hit the I'm going to my other screen and hit live television, folks. uh, if you stay till the end of the show, you will be redirected to Geeky Geezers, hosted by Aged Boomer with Troy Pacelli. And there will be an in memoriam segment to Gene Hackman. I know that, and I'm sure probably Michelle Trachtenberg as well. Let me see. Live television, folks. Bear with me. Let's see. Geeky Geezers. All right. You will be officially redirected. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, Curtis comes across bald and sappy. LOL, I'm just bugging. All right. Let me see. Going back to the Oscar coverage, it looks like they are up to film editing right now. So when that's announced, I'll let you know. I'll let you know how that turned out. I picked that Conclave was going to win that category, but we will see. All right, we have 30 people watching right now. I do appreciate that. I was going to break an unchained melody, but you can't. You can next time. You can do that on this. You know, I really, I want to reiterate this that I do want to thank you, everybody who has, taken the time out to watch my content, especially on a day like today when you're getting pulled into so many different directions. There are a lot of channels that are live right now, and the fact that you took the time out to watch me is something that I really do appreciate. And I know that I still don't sound my best. And hopefully I'll get past that here in the next couple of days. But I do want to remind everyone, those of you who are members, uh, there will be, um, I have some things that I'm planning to do that are going to be like members only type things. But, I wanna make sure I have enough time to do that, and, I know that I owe you guys some member streams. Um, it's my fault that we haven't done more of those, and, I do want to apologize for that. And, another thing that I wanna look into, is more member content and doing things, like maybe merchandise sometime down the line, you know. It hasn't been an easy time for me, you know. This last year really did take a lot out of me, and I didn't realize how much, until recently. But I have you guys who are my online friends. I do have a support system in my own life. And I feel like I have a foot in two worlds. There's my personal life, there's my online YouTube life. It hasn't always been easy. I've had I've had I've had my W's and I've had my L's, but there have been more W's than L's, and that keeps me going, you know. And all of you have had your W's and your L's, but we've had more W's, right, guys? The thing to do is to stay positive. Darkwood says, I've seen more movies this month than the good movies that were watchable last year. Like wine, you have good years and bad years indeed. Uh, Let me see. D. Penzak was saying something here. Have you heard some Academy members didn't bother voting this year due to lackluster films or noms? I've also heard that the length of some films uh, bothered some Academy members. I'm at a point to where I think if you didn't watch the films, you shouldn't vote. you know, uh, you know, how do you know if a movie is good or bad if you didn't see it? That's why I always make the point that I'm not going to review a movie or a TV show that I didn't see. You know, because I don't see the point in that. I didn't see it, therefore, you know, or I'll go the other way and I'll watch something just to form my own opinion on it. You know, uh, I haven't reviewed it, but I saw Captain America. Now I know that the new one, the Brave New World, the Captain Falcon guy. Now I have said on this channel that I am not a fan of Disney. I am not a fan of the direction in which they've taken Marvel. But I was hearing some mixed things. There are people who saw this new Captain America movie and liked it. There were people who thought it was mid. There are people who just flat out hated it for whatever reason. And whenever a movie does that, that's when I get the most curious, you know. And and that's when I decide that I need to see it for myself. So, despite the fact that I have said on this channel, I'm not a fan of present day Disney. I am not a fan of present day Marvel. Uh, I didn't see the movie in theaters. I will tell you that. I did see it online. Um, you know, and it's just to give you kind of a bullet point review, the reshoots hurt the movie. It was obvious that the movie we saw was not the movie that was intended. You know, there are scenes that are good, but they get ruined by that Marvel humor. It's just how it is. It's a movie. You know, I'm not going to do 30 videos talking about, oh, this movie sucks. It's not good. Is it the worst movie I've ever seen? No, I've seen worse movies this year. uh, you know, um, it's what it is. You know, but my point is, there's no point in like doing a video or reviewing a movie that you didn't see. There's not a point. There's no point in it. You know, um, this is what I'm talking about when to kind of answer these question here. Yeah, I don't like the idea that the Academy members are voting on movies that they did not bother to see or that they did not bother to finish, or the fact that, and this is the thing, this is lackluster nominations. These people voted on the nominations. The same people that are voting for the Oscars, the Oscar winners, voted for the nominations to begin with. We didn't do that. That's not on us. They did that. And if they are nominating lackluster movies, that's on them. Number one, go out and make a better fucking movie. Or if the movie is bad, don't nominate it for awards. It's that simple. Uh, that's just life. Some people are born with a silver spoon in their mouth. Some are born seemingly unlucky. Life is what you make it. Yeah, very true. Uh, yeah. Well, ow. That's tough. That's something that I was really with the issues that I've been having. I was really worried that I was going down that road. Now, hopefully, I won't need any more. What I'm really trying to avoid is, having any kind of invasive surgery. You know, I don't want them to have to physically open me up. But if it comes to that, then it comes to that, and I'll deal with it as it comes, you know? Uh, Disney saxophone, like, yeah. You know, but hey, I'm not ready to give up on Disney because for this one purpose. Okay, if the current administration, those currently running Disney at this time, were taken out of that, um, out of their positions and replaced by people who can right the ship, and they start making good films again. Because that's what I'm looking for. And I'm going to go on camera for this. This is what I'm looking for is go back to what you were doing. Make entertainment. You can make entertainment for the whole family, or you can bring like touch tone pictures back where you can do like the more adult type of stuff. You know, um, if Disney makes a movie that is good, we have to acknowledge that it's good. We want them to right the ship. You know, uh, they just need someone in power who can do that. Lucasfilm, quite frankly, needs John Favreau and not Filoni or Hidalgo or Kathleen Kennedy. You know, um, Bob Iger needs to go. You know, bring people back who can right the ship, not these activists. I mean, you hear that on every channel. You don't need me to tell you. You people are smart. You know what's wrong and what isn't. You don't need me to tell you that. All right. A lot of Midas's in life, lesser of the two evils, choosing the better of the two or more options is something we all have to face. What really matters now is how we react to life. It's what God judges us on, not our circumstances, what defines our character, not what people think of us. Oscars will never nominate independent films that don't have major distribution or some association with a major movie company. Um, I wish they would sometimes, though. You know, uh, we'll see. I just, I don't care if a movie is big budget or if you made it for $8. Is it good? It's that simple. We do. We really want good stories. The fictional world is something for us to love and escape into. The whole point is to be mystified by a fictional world story. Agreed. All right. Let me do one last update here before I close out the show. I do want to remind everybody that you will be redirected to Geeky Geezers over on Aged Boomer's channel. All right. Let me let's get this back up on Still Store there, Cambot. All right. Where did we leave off? All right. Nora got film editing. Zoe Saldana did win for Amelia Perez. So that's two more that I got correct. Wicked got production design. And it looks like they're about ready to do original musical score. So Let me so I'm going to mute for a second. I'm going to see who won that category, then I'll let you know. But as of right now, I have all of the awards. I have predicted all but one correctly. So I'm doing pretty good so far this year. Looks like they haven't announced it yet. Anyway, we'll stay on for a few more minutes and see what happens. Uh, let's see. All right. While they're doing that, Geeky Geezers is coming up next. You will be redirected. Once Geeky Geezers is over, come back over to my channel and reserved seats, 12:05 a.m. Eastern, 11:05 Central. Sin's Corner is going to be joining me. We're going to be discussing the Oscars. We're going to be discussing recent films that have been released. I do also want to remind everyone tomorrow night is Mystery Movie Night. I think it's going to be Novocaine, but it could be Sinners. It could be Mickey 17. And that'll be at 7 Tuesday, 7 p.m. We will be reviewing the Mystery Movie Night podcast. That's going to be myself along with Sin's Corner, Off the Cover, Wilkie's Movies and Music, Kyle Corwith, and there may be a very special guest that we're talking to in the background who might be coming onto the show and joining us. Right after that, we'll be live from Sparkwood in 21, my Twin Peaks retrospective series, which is co-hosted by Troy Pacelli, Netters Network, and Aged Boomer. It's going to be part 2 of our Secret History of Twin Peaks episodes. And of course, stay after that. We'll go to Troy's channel for Blake 7. And then join me Thursday afternoon at 3:30 for Action Theater, which I co-host with Outlaw Bill. And we are going to be watching Hard Rain from 1998. All right, so let me do this one last Oscar update before I call it a night and send you over to Boomer's broadcast. I know they're doing the musical categories right now. Okay, it's not up on Twitter yet. All right, folks. I'm going to cut it off here. I want to thank everyone who joined us on X. I can't see you, but I know that you're there. I want to thank everybody who was here in the chat. FKHC 2005, Curtis, Enigma Severus, Dark Woods Presents, Connie Cleary, Curtis Selby, D. Penzak, Aged Boomer, who was with us earlier. He's probably live right now. And thank you to Nate for the super chat. And I did get your message earlier, sir. Thank you. Also, D. Penzak and of course, Outlaw Bill. You've stuck with me through thick and thin, in sickness and in health. I love you guys, and I'll be back for 100 more. Rejoin me next week for episode 101 of Unscripted. From HQ and all points north, south, east, west, and beyond, good night. Take care, stay strong, be safe and healthy. Join me at 12:05 for reserved seats, because this is how we win. Good night.